All right, guys, so today we're doing a French dessert. This is called Mille Feuille. This is a cake of 1,000 layers. We're gonna be using, left or right here?
Some puff pastry. We're gonna make our cream using milk. We picked whole milk, and you can use vanilla extract or a vanilla bean. We're gonna be using powdered sugar, baking cocoa, cornstarch, regular sugar, eggs, which we're gonna separate the white and the yolk, and then some whipped topping. Okay, so to get started, we're going to take 2 cups, and we're using whole milk. So 2 cups of milk. Over medium heat. And then we don't have real vanilla bean, so we're just gonna use this imitation vanilla extract, and we're just gonna do a couple splashes of it. It's probably more than a couple, but that's okay. And then we're going to occasionally whisk it until you see it like occasionally skim on top of here.
All right, so the milk's starting to boil, it's starting to skim. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off, slide that off to the side. At this point in time, Amanda's going to
get our custard together. So we have 2/3 of a cup of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch.
Yep.
And then we're going to use 6 egg yolks.
The yolks only.
Yes. Okay, we have our 6 egg yolks. So we're going to dump them in here with our cornstarch and sugar.
We're gonna mix that until it's a lemony texture. Lemony, that's the new word I just made. It's a lemony mixture. That looks about right, no lumps or anything. All right, and the next step is to take 1/3 of a cup of the milk that's still warm. We're gonna kind of mix this in a little bit.
Come on, a little bit less than 1/3 of a cup there.
It's called tempering. Okay. And then after that's tempered, looks like that, we're gonna dump the rest of this milk in.
Very carefully.
We're gonna keep mixing. We're going to strain this back in here. There you go.
I know, I'm messy today. Probably should not be doing this.
Okay, and that's gonna get any kind of skim, any kind of imperfections out of there. We're going to just give that a little shaky shake and back in there. And now what we're gonna do is wash the bowl out, but first we're going to keep stirring this on a medium heat. And then we're gonna take a little bit of butter once it warms up here in just a second. We're gonna drop it in, we're gonna keep stirring this.
1 tablespoon.
And it's going to get foamy and condense down. All right, so we're gonna add our butter in, it's getting warm. And we're gonna keep stirring this until it gets to be thick enough where it can pick the whisk up and it's hanging on almost like a pudding, I would say. We're about this consistency where it's hanging in there pretty good. We almost let it go too long.
Yeah.
Don't walk away from it. It was literally 2 minutes and it almost ruined it. So we're gonna transfer this to the bowl, and we don't want a skin to form on that. So we're gonna take our cling wrap, once she gets it out of there, and we want this to cool off before we use it.
Okay, so.
Yep, so go ahead and press it down where it's actually touching the surface. And if you put it in the fridge, it needs about an hour. We're probably gonna blast that bad boy in the freezer. And we're gonna try to get the temperature down to slightly cool. And yeah, so we'll be right back and we'll show you how to do the puff pastry next.
We're going to lightly flour this so we can roll our puff pastry out. And we want to roll it out until it's about 1/16 of an inch thick. I'll break it.
It's already actually pretty close.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I wouldn't say don't need much, just a little bit. Let's go ahead and put our parchment paper on here. Interesting. We kind of fitted them to fit the sheet. We trimmed a few strips off of them. Want everything to sit flat on the sheet. And then we don't want the puff up, so we rolled it out a little bit. They're already pretty thin. We're gonna go ahead and take our parchment paper, put another layer of it, just like so. And then we're gonna grab another cookie sheet as a weight. We're gonna put it on her like that. Now, the package says 15 minutes. We did roll them out a little bit thinner, so we're gonna check them about 11 or 12 minutes in. That's on 400 degrees. We're gonna put those in the oven. We'll be right back.
So we're gonna make the icing. We have 3 cups of powdered sugar in here, 1/4 of a cup of milk, and we're going to whisk this as we're putting this in there. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And whisk, whisk, whisk. It smells really good.
Our puff pastry's out. It did puff up a little bit. Now it's like falling. We'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna take some of this and kind of go in here with that. We're gonna separate this because what we're gonna do, look at that. We got it pretty much exactly right, I think, as far as that goes. We're just gonna get the blob of it in there. And Amanda's gonna take her cocoa powder.
We're gonna put 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder in there.
We're just going to, oh boy, whisk all this up until it's all mixed together. We're gonna put just a little trickle of milk in there, not too much.
Pretty dry.
Start with that. If you need a little more, we need to make it about the consistency of this.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more.
So just keep mixing.
Maybe not, well.
It'll fool you because it'll
Yeah.
look like it's way too dry. You can see it coming around a little bit. Go right in the middle of this. Oh. What we have here, we pre-cut everything in fear of, we left it all whole. Whenever we go to cut it later, it's gonna be a giant mess.
And we don't have a fancy icing piper, so we're just using the
Well, somebody forgot to get one.
Ziploc bag.
Somebody was me.
Ziploc bag, cut
Yep.
the tip out. Cheap, okay.
Let's squish that down. We need a fairly good sized hole to it. We're gonna come in here, we're just gonna give her the old do 6 of them. We'll put the white stuff on first and just enough icing to where it's not like running off everything. I'd say that's pretty close.
All right.
Amanda's just gonna make little straight lines.
Okay, and then we're gonna take our fancy little pick here.
Okay. I do a little reassembly.
And you probably could put these in the refrigerator for a little bit and kind of let them set up before you eat them.
We have to make another layer here. 8 on this one. That literally looks like a little kid made that. This is the first bigger dessert we did.
Right. Fancier, I guess, yeah.
So let Amanda try it first. I was gonna crush. We're curious to see what's gonna happen.
It's gonna crush, yeah. It's so pretty, but I'm gonna destroy it. Jesus.
Good God, that was a hell of a bite. Everybody's gonna be like, good night. Making the pig
I
sounds.
don't make a mess.
So let's see here.
Actually, it's very, very good. Oh my God. Besides for, like I said, my powdered sugar tastes kind of weird, but.
Tell them about the Aldi's powdered sugar.
Yeah, the powdered sugar is from Aldi, and then another YouTube lady I follow, she said it tastes funny. So I don't know if anybody else shops at Aldi and has that problem, but it's good though, isn't it? Like really good.
The custard's right on.
Do you taste that funny powdered sugar taste? No.
It tastes like a Euro MRE with sugar in it. That's what it tastes like. They treat sugar differently, chocolate differently, everything's different.
It's not really super sweet. And the puff pastry is like very
Oh my God.
soft and melts in your mouth. I know, it's messy. It's a messy dessert.
It's very good. A total nightmare to eat though, that's for sure. Total nightmare.
It's funny, we're both supposed to be on a diet, but.
I would say overall,
We're just gonna kind of demolish this one here, I think.
well, I can't really find anything wrong with it. It is very good. I haven't eaten actual sugar in quite a while. So it's almost like drinking a soda. If you haven't drank a soda in years, it's just like sugar shock. The custard is not that sweet. It's only the icing.
Right.
And there's not that much icing on it, to be honest with you. It's just so intense. But you could definitely turn down the sugar a little bit. Possibly, I think. But it's going to be hard to make more icing, enough icing to do it.
Overall, very, very nice dessert, though. It is a little bit of a lot of work, but.
Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video, guys. It was a little bit of a rocky start. It is a little bit of an odd video to make, as your typical French dessert is. Very precise, very delicate. I think we pulled it off. But yeah, that's going to be it. Check back in a few days. I'll have another video out. Something a little different and some more MRE stuff also. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.
See you later.